Guys, what's up? It's Matt with 86 Gaming, and just real quick, I wanted to take a look at the new Corsair Glaive RGB. It's their new mouse, their new, I imagine, some degree flagship or sister flagship mouse to kind of go up there with that Scimitar Pro. Big thanks to Newegg for making sure that it was possible for me to be able to do this. I really appreciate that. Be sure and go check it out down below as soon as it's released, if it's not already, by the time of this review. Anyways, guys, let's roll into it. I'm going to share some of my thoughts, some of my opinions, and a little bit about the mouse, and hopefully someone will find it helpful. If not, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I'll do my best to try to get back with you and help you. Let's break it down and start from the top. Corsair congratulates you in a quick launch book for buying their product. It always makes me laugh. This is a large mouse that fits well in my large hand. The build quality is astounding and it is extremely comfortable. Even before trying the additional modular attachments, if you didn't already know this, the mouse is semi-modular and comes with 2 additional thumb rests. Whether you go naked out of the box with the flush mod with no grip, or decide to go with a large wing for thumb rest control, an additional Teflon foot and some extra comfort, or even on the other hand, you have the option for a slightly indented, similar to the flush mod side grip with texturized rubber for more minimalist design. The modular sides each have a clip and magnets to help firmly and comfortably hold them into place, while also being very easy to change out. Both the non-winged grips weigh in about 10 grams each. The winged grip adds an extra 15 grams. The total weight of the mouse without any attachment is 110, so I'll let you guys do the math. There is a design aesthetic meant to accent the RGB lighting and or indicate your DPI. 5 dashes that remind me of a thermometer or maybe something from the 80s on the back of the mouse. Personally think this is ugly and steals from the very serious look the mouse otherwise has to offer. The overall incredible design of the mouse shows continuity in the evolution of what Corsair fans like. It follows suit and fits in well with their strong family of gaming mice, of which I own many. The Glaive is consistent with the feel of what you might expect if you already own a Corsair mouse. You will likely find the Glaive a satisfying change and your hand will feel right at home. The back and forward buttons on the side protrude and give a robust and satisfying click on depression. They are surprisingly, in my opinion, very well placed, very easy to use, and offer a distinct feel that sets the Glaive apart from most other mice. While the side buttons are great, I have a mild grievance with the left and right click, feeling just like a slightly higher resistance than I would normally expect from Corsair. The Scimitar, the Harpoon, the Guitar, they all offer me the perfect resistance, at least for me anyways. The Glaive seems to vary from this path and has a slightly higher force requirement for actuation. It isn't bad, it just isn't what I prefer considering the trend of the previously mentioned. This higher feeling resistance is likely due to Omron's new 50 million rated switches that the Glaive utilizes. The scroll wheel also falls in line with a higher resistance, but the index finger bump feels smooth and fluid when using it. The single direction DPI switch is a bit disappointing and becoming antiquated for the high-end and high-priced mice. For such a large-sized button, I wonder why not have implemented a two-way functionality. I don't know if it's just me, but I have always felt there are better solutions for top switches. One of my favorite mice is the Zeus, the OG one, not the newer P1 one, which had 3 cleverly placed programmable buttons on the top. It was just smart, and it was a smart design to me. The lights on the top of the mouse, the thermometer-looking lights, are designed to be DPI indicators. While I understand it, I am still surprised Corsair doesn't do away with this entirely and go more the route of EVGA. EVGA's GUI, or GUI for their mice, will detect the DPI specified and display it briefly on the screen where you are already looking. This just makes sense to me. To me, these days, putting a DPI indicator solely on the mouse is like putting a speedometer next to your brake pedal. I attempted to ask Corsair what sensor was being utilized in the Glaive. If I were to guess, it's the same sensor Corsair just co-produced with Pixart that Corsair has exclusive rights to already, the PMW3367, which launched on the new Scimitar Pro a few months ago, from the time of this review anyways. The PMW3367 was praised as a powerful sensor. Some fans argued that it was more sensor than an MMO mouse deserved. While I do disagree with that, it finds home in the new Glaive. This is speculative as I did not disassemble it to confirm it, nor have I heard back from Corsair to confirm it either. All signs point to the accuracy and likelihood of this. 16,000 DPI is a lot. While I'm sure some people will utilize this, I still find comfort in the 4 to 6K range tops. There is a mean and beautiful look about the design. The Glaive is one large mouse, so don't let any images fool you. I was actually surprised. It is larger than any of the Corsair mice and probably the largest mouse I have ever owned. Q, Corsair's GUI, detected it immediately and assigned the link lighting profile to it. I like Q, but until recently I couldn't replicate problems that some other people were having. I've encountered an issue going between PCs that was causing perpetual syncing. This was highly frustrating, but taking a paperclip, holding it in the tiny reset button under the mouse, disconnecting it from the internet, reinstalling Q seemed to work. After I was able to reclaim my settings, it happened again. Fortunately, I made backup for Q, and this time it just overwrote the existing file with the backup file that I had. If I were to be critical about Corsair, it would be for their customer support. I would say they need some improvement. Corsair is good at being loved by the fans, but not making them feel loved back with a disappointing lack of support. Fortunately, there are a lot of good third-party forums. If you look, you will find them, and hopefully not need Corsair to assist you. As far as being an excellent mouse, the Glaive is everything I hoped it would be. The mouse itself merits a 5-star review despite personal preferences I disagree with. It is exceptional. Part of buying from one of the top companies, part of the experience of being a loyal customer and a fan of a company, to me anyways, is how they are to the people that support them by purchasing and being congratulated for purchasing their products. The part of this review process that left a bad taste in my mouth, which took away from my overall scoring, is the customer support. Modular isn't a new thing, but I like the options and believe this to be the way to go. To capitalize on a few extra things, if you were wondering, there are 3 zones for RGB lighting. Stripes on both the left and right side down the back, the headlights in the front, and the rear logo. A 6-foot braided cable, nickel-plated USB connection, pretty standard for their high-end mice. A wing attachment that adds an extra Teflon foot, making a total of 5 Teflon feet when using the wing. Corsair gives you a little branded pouch for your attachments, and it's another excuse and another reason for them to put their logo on something. Aluminum body construction, and Omron switches, the brand new ones, rated for 50 million click life cycle, and the speculative PMW 3367 sensor. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will get back with you. Anyways, guys, that was a look at the Glaive RGB mouse. So have a great day, night, whatever it is. I'll see you in the next video that I do.